If something goes bump in the night coming through the front door, are you ready? This may not go the direction you think it's going to. Let's talk about that. Hey guys, as always, thanks for stopping by. We need to be prepared, and I want to talk to you about that. Today's going to be a challenge for you and for me. I'm working through this. What did I miss? Let me know, because I don't have the entire answer for everybody. But I'm trying. I've been working on this and thinking about this, and I hope you find part of this thought-provoking and challenging. Buckle up. Here we go. This bunch of fun is brought to you by my friends over at CMMG. The all-new design 2022 Resolute line is out. I finished mine. Y'all saw it last week. I think it is gorgeous. I'm pumped about that rock-solid warranty, and I think that Cerakote is gorgeous as well. Pick yours out when you head over to cmmg.you-know-what. Big thank you to those folks for sponsoring this episode. Have I shot it yet? No. Working on it. Maybe this weekend. I sure do hope so. Thank you for every thumbs up. Y'all are awesome. Now, two things up front. We're not talking about outliers. There are always outliers. Well, Johnny, LeBron James didn't go to college. He did great. He's a multi-bazillionaire. Well, he's an outlier. Number two, this video is not prescriptive. Everybody has a different situation. A family that's homesteading in Montana has a very different emergency setup than maybe a single woman who lives in maybe a tougher situation, tougher neighborhood or apartment building in downtown Boston. Very different ways that you prepare and think. So I don't want to be prescriptive for you and say, here's the way you do it. Way too many channels on YouTube try to be prescriptive, and I think it needs to be more thought-provoking and get you and myself thinking through the days ahead. We need to prepare. We need to prepare for instant emergency, catastrophic things, and maybe things that come in slowly over time. Regardless of what the threat is to ourselves, our person, our loved ones, or our property, we need to be ready. The challenge is, and the point of this video is 99% of the time when we talk about these things in this community, we only talk about maybe three things. One, drawing from concealed, all about gear and setup and technique and all of those things. Important. Or maybe a truck gun, car gun, or thinking through vehicle stuff and road rage, or the big one. Whoa! The really big one is everybody, including this guy. We think about bumps in the night, burglars coming in at 2 in the morning. It's always a guy, some guys breaking in. In our minds, that's what it is, and that's the real threat. My challenge for you today is reality. You and I have if we're civilians, we have a 0.0% chance of ever being in a firefight. Break-ins don't happen in the middle of the night. Yes, there are outliers, of course. But generally speaking, someone's not coming through your front door at 2 in the morning wearing a balaclava. It doesn't happen. Yes, Johnny, it does happen occasionally. But we're talking about overall the big threats. And that's a big challenge because we love working on the flashlight and the location and racking and having our chest plates and everything ready to go for 3 in the morning. I think that's fantastic, but I also think on many levels that's only a hobby because there's greater threats for us. My chance as a 48-year-old male of dying of heart disease is exponentially higher than being in a firefight in the street. Yet what do I think about much more often and prepare for much more often? And that's a harsh reality. It's one reason why I'm trying to stay out of the Mexican restaurants. Now, here is the point where we have to take a step. Okay, Johnny, there's bigger threats out there, and it's not bumps in the night. It's not drawing from concealed. It's not off-body, on-body carry. It's not which gear, which bullets, which this, which that. What's the real threats? I mentioned heart disease. That's one. But if you can say, okay, Johnny, I understand those aren't the real threats. That's the point of this video. If you can make that jump and go, all right, let's start thinking about stuff for my life. Again, this isn't prescriptive. I think personally, no one, this is prescriptive, but I know that I'm not right here. No one should have a Glock, a Kimber, or Smith & Wesson sticker on the back of their car because that makes you a target. However, if you live in Wyoming and you only go to the co-op once a week and your truck's always parked over next to the barn and you're not really in downtown traffic with the doors locked or parked in a parking garage somewhere, you're not a target. Does that make sense? I'm not going to put a sticker on my car. You live in Wyoming or live in Alaska, do what you want. That's very, very specific. But I do think all of us need to think through what are the realistic threats. I mentioned physical, but I want to challenge you with things like, I don't know what you need to look at, but maybe door locks. I've been thinking about that, getting away from those garbage builder's grade door locks on every single entrance, thinking through windows, thinking through batteries, flashlights, candles, water. John Lovell one time said, there's almost no situation you can get into out there traveling that you can't get out of with cash. So carry cash with you and don't rely on credit cards all the time. So I'm trying to keep a little cash with me at all times. Now, all those are very specific. I want to end with asking you this. Look at your situation. What would help you prepare for emergencies? I'm thinking about locks, heart disease, cash, water, batteries, and candles. That's very specific for me. What will help you prepare for yourself and emergency situations to protect those you love? It's a great question for today. Let me know where I blew it right down below. Thanks for stopping by.